Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Vexed again, and we are back with the Ultimate Racing League's Super Touring Series. This is round 4. We are at Blue Moon Bay. I believe this is infield A. I just had to bring the thing up then to check. This is the grid as it stands after qualifying. So Albert, he's been absolutely dominating, hasn't he, so far? But Smoky Tom managing to pick the pole. So Smoky Tom, he's lining up on pole position there. We've got Albert in second place. Toten is in third place. We've got Wacky Racer. He's there in fourth. Smith is in fifth. Firepower sixth. Potsy seventh. Biggie is eighth. Graham is in ninth. Stealth is 10th. Max is 11th. And Brawley is 12th. So without further ado, let's get into it. The lights are on, they are off. It did look like Alba possibly getting a better run off the start finish than Smokey, but Smokey does look like he's still ahead at the moment. We had one of the, I think it was a Mercedes pulling out, managing to make a few spaces up. I think it's Potsy managing to make his way through the field. We've got Alba now trying to look down the inside. Smoky Tom, he's managing to keep it ahead though. That Citroen is looking very good around here at the moment, isn't it? Obviously, this is only the early stages of the first lap, 30 seconds into it, so anything could happen at this moment. Meanwhile, Smoky Tom actually looking like he's trying to stretch his legs a little bit and try and create a bit of a lead to Alba. So I think Alba's going to do well to try and stay with him. A little bit of contact behind between, I think it was Smith and Whack, but Smith's still in it. He had lost that place to Toten, but Toten's still there. Smith is still there even. Smith and Toten side by side as we're on board with Wacky Racer. He's trying to stay on the back of Alba, but it's looking like Smoky Tom and Alba are actually starting to pull away now. You can see there is a few gaps forming, so we've got Smoky Tom followed by Alba, followed by Wacky Racer as he crosses the start-finish line. Start of lap 2. We got Smith in 4th place. We have Toten in 5th place. So Smith has actually managed to take that 4th place. Brawley is up to 6th. We got Stealth in 7th. So Stealth managed to make up a few positions, hasn't he? Firepower is there in 8th. Max is in 9th. And his teammate behind him, not too far behind him, Potsy in 10th. Biggie trying to look for the move now though on Potsy. Is he going to get it done? He's got the inside for this one. He's actually done 2 for 1. He's managed to go past Max and Potsy. Catching them both on the back foot. He's managed to move up 2 positions, so he's up to 9th place. Max dropping to 10th, Potsy down to 11th, Graham in 12th. Smoky Tom is still the leader of the race. Smoky Tom has actually got the fastest lap currently with a 1:19. That is going to come down quite significantly though, as that was only the first lap. Obviously, you would expect the laps coming after lap 1 to be a lot faster. So let's have a look from Alba's point of view and see how much pace that Citroen has got into it, because he is maintaining that gap, isn't he, as Smoky. Alba not under any pressure at the moment from Wacky Racer. Tom absolutely putting on a great display at the moment. He is managing to keep that position. He's keeping that first place for the meantime. Alba's can't do anything to get onto the back of him at the moment. I mean, he's crept up into the slipstream now, but definitely not close enough to go for a move at the moment. As he manages to close right up through that turn there. Hard right-hander hairpin. And that Citroen is looking well and truly planted, isn't it? So the front 2 now managing to break away from the rest of the pack somewhat. We can see some other gaps forming on track, on the track map on the top right-hand side. Oh, it's Alba looking up the inside again through turn 1. Again, not quite close enough, having to back out, not wanting to make any contact there. think we're going to see a move come for the lead soon, as Alba is actually starting to put Smokey under some considerable pressure now. Be a great result for Smokey if he comes out on top of this one, wouldn't it? He's had some good results, hasn't he, so far this season, but Alba proven to be a force to be reckoned with again, as he was last season. He's managing to stick with the Citroen, but just looking like he hasn't quite got the pace to get around it at the moment. We'll come and check back in with these two in a minute. So he's still got Smoke. Oh, hang on. Actually, we'll stay on board just to see if Alba does go for that move up the inside into turn one. He has. He's gone for it. Smokey's kept it. He's managed to keep that first place still. So Alba having to slot back in behind him once again. I think turn one is going to be his best option, isn't it? There is a few places you can go for a move around here, but looking like the Citroen has just got the beans at the moment. Again, closing up through that hard braking into the hairpin. I will come back with these two in just a second. Oh, as he is, he's good. No, he looked again, but not quite getting it done again. So Wacky Racer still currently third place, not being pressured now by Toten. Toten dropping a little way off the back of him. He's in fourth place currently. We got Smith just getting the move done on Brody. Is Brody going to get a switch back? He was looking for it, wasn't he? But not quite close enough. He may be able to stick with him and use the advantage of the slipstream down the start finish. Although it does look like Smith may have managed to just break the toe somewhat. So Brody sixth place, Stealth still in seventh, Biggie is eighth, Firepower ninth, Potsy 10th, Graham 11th, and Max all the way down in 12th. Smokey Tom still the leader of the race. I think this might be the closest battle on track at the moment, although it does look like Biggie and Stealth, maybe Brody and Smith. Checking with them quickly. Wacky Racer, Toten. So Brody managing to get a move done on Smith. Smith dropping to sixth. Brody's moved up to fifth. Can Smith stick with him down the start finish? Oh, little graze of the wall there from Brody. That may have give Smith the advantage as he comes onto the start finish straight. Oh, big slide there from Smith. Managed to hold it though, didn't he? He's not dropped too far off the back of Brody, so he lives to fight again. Stealth. He's managed to move up a few places, I think, as Stealth. Currently in seventh. He's trying to chase his teammate down. The Supra is looking pretty strong around here this evening. Biggie's still in eighth. Firepower, Smokey Tom's teammate, he's in ninth. Potsy, currently still 10th. Trying to get onto the back of Firepower currently, but a little bit of work to do. Graham's up to 11th. I can only think that Max must be having some issue, as he actually finds the grass. Goes a little bit deep through that last turn, but all was well. He didn't spin it or anything. He's still going. So, as I say, I think Max must be having some issues again tonight. We've seen he's been plagued with mechanical issues so far this season. I think the mechanics are definitely going to get a stern talking to, as they still don't seem to have sorted that car out for him. Definitely looking like he's on the back foot. There's a huge gap now between him and Graham. Smoky Tom and Alba still battling it out. Lap 8. Alba looking for the move again through the final sector. So we're on board with Smoky Tom. We're looking back towards Alba. Is Alba going to have the momentum as we come into the first turn to be able to go for that move that he keeps trying to set up? He's tried to set it up for the last 5 laps in a row. And there he goes again. Still not quite managing to get it past him. He is going to have to settle for that second place again for the minute. I think at this point he's probably just trying to pressure Smoky Tom into making an error. Smoky looking really calm and collected at the moment though. Hasn't put a foot wrong so far, has he? And I did say I thought the fastest lap would change, and Alba has currently got the fastest lap for 1:11.905. 9:04 even. Smoky Tom nicely through the final turn. Alba sticking with him still though. And looking like maybe he might be close enough this time. He's pulled over to the inside. I think he is. I think he's alongside now. And he has. He's managed to take the lead. Smoky Tom looking for the switchback. Not quite close enough. He's going to have to sit behind again. Wait for another turn. Not letting him get away at the moment though, is he? Oh, there's the first error. The first shaky turn there from Smoky. Doesn't want to do that too many times. He's going to end up... Oh, another sketchy moment. He's definitely not suffering with as much tyre wear though, is he, as Alba? So maybe managing to save a bit more of that rubber. But it does look like he is struggling to stay with Alba at this moment. Oh no, another moment there from Tom. He is going to lose that slip soon, isn't he? Very well driven though for the first half of the race. We are slowly approaching the halfway mark. Just a couple of unlucky errors, maybe lapse of concentration, or perhaps just feeling the pressure of Alba all over his rear bumper. But he is currently still second. We've got Alba first place, Smoky Tom second place, Wacky Racer. He's managed to start creeping up onto the back of him as well though, hasn't he? He's in third. Toten not too far behind. He's a couple of seconds behind Wack now. In fourth place currently. Quite a big gap between him and Brody, who's in fifth. Firepower moving up to sixth place. Looked like him and Stealth just having a bit of a moment there. So this could be another decent finish, decent result there for Firepower. Stealth still seventh. Stealth trying to put the pressure onto Firepower. He was behind his teammate, wasn't he, Smith, who... Oh, where's Smith gone? So Smith is down in 10th now. He was ahead, wasn't he? Potsy is up to 8th place. We've got Biggie and Smith. Biggie is 9th, Smith is in 10th. Smith was a lot further up the pack, wasn't he? But currently down in 10th, so he must have had a moment somewhere. So it's actually become a bit of a procession now. Not really any battles going on to speak of. Although Max has managed to make his way up to 11th place. Graham, he's dropped down to 12th, and he's just had an off again. That seems to be the theme of this season. We go on board with Graham, and he seems to be off of the track. It's unlucky, Graham. Meanwhile, Alba and Smokey, they are actually having a bit of a battle, aren't they? I think Alba is actually having to go defensive against Smokey. Smokey trying to put the pressure on him. He has had a stellar race so far, hasn't he? Both of these guys. I think it was start of lap 9. He managed to get the move done. Alba still currently the race leader. He's also got that fastest lap as well, so that's an extra point there. Oh, it looked like he made a bit of an error. That's managed to let Smokey Tom come alongside him. He's going to have to go defensive through this one. Smokey Tom is going to get a switch back, maybe. No, not quite. Sure, Smokey's going to be deploying them heat-seeking missiles soon. He's lining them up in his sights. Alba covering off the inside. He doesn't want Smokey to go for that move up the inside. Smokey is trying to stay on the outside, looking like he's going to try and go for the switchback. Get the better run out of this turn. Did look like he had, but not quite close enough. Crucially though, Alba not managing to pull away, so... Oh no, Smokey. A little bit of an error under braking. Slightly outbraked himself, tapped the rear of Alba and had to back out to let Alba retake the lead of the race. All he needs to do is stick with him though. We've seen how strong the Citroen is. If he sticks with him till turn 1, I'm sure he'll be able to go for a move in the next couple of laps. But it does actually look like maybe Whack may be coming into play here. There may be a two-way battle or a three-way battle going on for the podium spots. And Whack he's looking for that move now, isn't he? We'll go on board with Whack quickly. In fact, going on board with him, he doesn't look as close as he did from the other camera, but definitely looking he might be able to start putting Tom under some pressure. Oh no, Tom's had an error. Tom's off. Wacky Racer, he's moved through to second place easily. Tom with a slight error there, he's cleared the barrier as well. That 1.5 second penalty might mean that he loses that position to Toten as well. Toten not too far behind him now. Oh, it does look like Tom is starting to have a few moments as he's trying to keep that track position, try and stick with the top two. I think he has lost them now though, hasn't he? And I think that penalty is going to bring Toten into it. I think Toten's going to manage to creep up onto the back of him. And he has. Here he comes. Here comes Toten. Is he going to be close enough for the move on turn one? And he is. He's got it up the inside. Hopefully there's not contact between these two. Smoky Tom actually managing to keep it around the outside. That was great driving there from Smoky Tom. I thought Toten had that one. I think he thought he did as well. He's going to have to keep plugging though, isn't he? I think there's 10 minutes left of this race. We'll have a quick rundown. I kind of want to stay on board with these two just for the remainder of this lap to see if Toten manages to go for another move or if Tom manages to break the toe. Oh, was he actually going to raise the wall for that final turn? It's not cost him too much though. Toten not close enough this time around to go for a move. So we've got Alba in first place. We've got Wacky Racer, he's there in second. Smoky Tom third, Toten fourth. Brody fifth. Firepower still in sixth place. Stealth seventh. Biggie, not Biggie is it? Sorry, Smith is 8th. And he is in fact followed by Biggie, who's in 9th. Potsy's 10th. So having to put Potsy was up in 8th, wasn't he? So Smith and Biggie managing to get past him. I'm not sure if he had a moment or... I think he must have done because he is quite a way behind him now. Max, he's there in 11th. So still ahead of Graham. We saw Graham, he had that off, didn't he? Not having a great outing this evening. Perhaps he's been suffering mechanical issues as well. There he is. Meanwhile, Alba, he's managed to create a gap now to Whack, so not having to worry about going defensive. He's just going to be working on getting the car home, across the finish line. I think it'd be quite interesting if we could actually work out, or if somebody could work out the drivers' win ratios, because I think Alba, he's definitely going to be up in around the 90% area, I would say, burn off the last two last season and this season. I think he has definitely won the majority, hasn't he? And he did have a nice battle, didn't he? He was having some nice battles with Smokey at the start, but as you saw, Smokey having that error. He had a bit of an error heading off, got a penalty, and that cost him somewhat. Oh, it looks like Potsy's had a moment up ahead. We saw him smoking them tyres. He's got a 1.5 second penalty. As I say, this race has become a little bit of a procession now. Potsy's slowing down there to let Wacky Racer through. So we've got Alba still currently out in first place. We've got Wacky Racer, he's in second. Smoky Tom's currently in third. It looks like he has actually managed to break the toe now of Toten, who's currently in fourth. Looking like Toten was going to be able to take that third place, but he's dropped off the back of Smoky now, so we'll have to see what happens in race 2. Brody is 5th. This is where he's been for quite a while. In fact, he's actually started creeping up onto the back of Toten now, so maybe he'll be able to start going for a challenge on Toten. 6 minutes left to do so. Oh, he has a bit of a moment there. No, that's ended him up with a penalty as well. That was unlucky there from Brody. I don't think he's going to lose that 5th position to Firepower, but he's definitely going to end up losing. Oh, his Firepower's actually got a penalty as well. In a great position at the moment though, isn't he, Firepower? I think he'll be happy with this. He had an absolute shocker of a season last season, didn't he? I know he said he was struggling with the car. He was in the Audi TT. Oh, he has a huge moment there, coming out of the exit of that sharp hairpin. Well held though. But he's on it this season, isn't he? Stealth is 7th. Oh, he might actually catch up to Firepower though. Firepower's got that penalty, he's just served it now, and Stealth is going to move through. He's going to take that 6th position away. He moved through quite easily, didn't he? So yeah, that penalty really slowed the momentum of Firepower. Let Stealth through. Wonder if Firepower is going to be able to get back past him before the end of the race. I'm not sure. Oh, he has a bit of a moment there. Exit turn 1. He doesn't want to have too many of them. Smith's not too far behind him now. So Firepower currently 7th. Smith not too far behind him now in 8th. Biggie's 9th. Potsy currently still 10th. Is he actually catching up to Biggie? Is that Biggie up ahead of him? It might be. In fact, I think that might be Graham ahead of him. I thought he was catching up to Biggie, but or is it? No, so it's Brody. So Potsy has been lapped by Brody. He's now starting to catch up to Brody, but as I say, he's been lapped. All he can do is try and unlap himself. Max still 11th. Graham still all the way down in 12th. Trying to use the toe of Biggie to try and maybe try and get a little bit further up the field, but they've got quite a bit of a gap now to the rest of the field, so a lot of work to do for them guys. As we go on board with the race leader, I think he might have this one sewn up now. Smokey managed to pip him to pole position in qualifying, but it took him up to lap 9 to be able to get past Smokey, but he got that move done. But then in fact, Smokey stayed with him, didn't he? It was looking like Smokey was still trying to re-challenge for first place, but then lap 16, I think it was, Smokey had that moment and cost him 2nd as well. He's now currently in 3rd. think some of the guys aren't going to get across the finish line to start another lap, so we'll have to pay attention to the track map on the top left, top right, top left. Getting my left and rights confuddled. Momentarily. So we'll have a quick rundown through the pack as we are approaching this is going to be the final lap, isn't it? Surely. We've got Alba currently first place, Wacky Racers second place, we've got Smoky Tom in third, Toten is fourth, Brody is in fifth, Stealth is sixth, Firepower seventh, Smith is eighth, Biggie ninth, Potsy 10th, Max 11th, Graham 12th. And this is going to be it. Alba's going to take the win. Across the start finish line for the final time, takes the checkered flag. Alba is the winner of this race. We got Wacky Racer coming in second place, Smoky Tom. Great result there for Smoky, even if a bit unlucky. Third place, Toten. He's going to bring it home in fourth. Brody fifth. Stealth. Is Firepower going to manage to be able to get past him? He has crept up onto the back of him as Firepower. He's looking quite strong through the final sector. That might be where he has to stay though. He might have to settle for 7th position because it looks like Stealth is going to bring it home in 6th. And he does. So Stealth 6th, Firepower 7th, Smith, he's going to bring home an 8th. We've got Biggie in 9th, Potsy 10th, Max is 11th and Graham in 12th. Well, that was race 1, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one and I will see you for the next one. I've been your boy Vex. Good night.